Right on. Well, welcome to Tamra Simon's live episode 1 of the Real Estate Power Chat. And we have none other than Nick Krem. And we're going to preview my very own intro. So
let's go.
Things first, here we go.
This is Tamra Simon's Live, where real estate agents from around the globe come together to grow, collaborate, and expand their business. Where we take our inspiring conversations and put them together to create dynamic connections. This is the Real Estate Power Chat.
Yay!
Wait a minute. Who made that? You said
you guys made that.
I'll tell you what. That's what happens when you have a great team. I'm watching this like, damn, that's good. I love it. That's awesome.
I've been so excited to actually push that button so I could show it because I'm like, yes.
I'm sure you have. I was watching too. I'm like, dang, Tamra Simon's live. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes.
Well, Nick, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with me on mastering video.
Absolutely. I'm actually about ETA hour from headed to the airport right here. So,
there we go.
But I saw no comment like, there's no way I'm missing this right now.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't. So
yes.
So let's tell everybody a little bit about Nick Krem and how Nick Krem got his business going.
Wow. So how'd I get it going? So I guess I got to go back to when I was dialing on the phone. That's how I got started in real estate. I was doing every real estate agent's favorite job, right? I was dialing on the phone for 15 hours a day. So 8 a.m. on the East Coast to 8 p.m. on the West Coast. But, during that time, I didn't know I was getting inaugurated by fire. Because, like, you name a CRM, I was in the back end of it. You name a branding strategy, I learned it. You name a pitch, I pitched it. You name a value proposition, I learned it. So all these people from all across the country, and usually the ones who can afford to hire a caller are a little bit better off in real estate, right? So, I was working with some of the best agents in real estate, and we actually got hired by one of the top tier recruiting coaches too, to do recruiting coaches. And at one time we were calling for the CEO of Remax. So I got to learn fast. So during that time, one of my mentors always told me, like, solve the agent's problems and you'll be able to make a lot of money and help a lot of people. So, during the time on the phone, it was never the leads. I know everybody always thinks it's the leads of why you're not doing so good. It was never the leads. It was never the dial time. It was never the amount of hours, the CRM. It was always the brand. If I would call and say, hey, I'm calling on behalf of Nick. And they're like, oh, Nick. Yeah. How's it going? Or, hey, I'm calling on behalf of Nick. Who's Nick? I never heard of you. It's like, sir, you literally just filled out a form 2 seconds ago. I can read you your social security number and they still would say that's not me. So I realized, man, I'll tell you what, the agents who have a strong brand are head over heels above other agents in the area. And, I made it my duty to make the simplest process since then. So in the last 3 years, we've been able to grow our business into 13 countries in all 50 states, solely because I believe most of the marketers or other people out there, they actually don't know real estate. And they don't know how busy you guys are. And they don't know that you can never drop the phone, because if you say never pick up the phone again, then, you don't know a real estate agent. You literally make your money being on the phone. So, we made our name in this business by making the simplest way possible to get on video, to grow your brand, and also keep you doing what you do best, being a real estate agent.
Yeah, I love that you talk about the, never getting on the phone. Hello.
Yeah. It blows my mind.
How are you supposed to reach out to anyone if you don't pick up the damn phone?
Yeah. And like a lot of these people, like, email's dead, phone calling's dead. All these things are dead. It's like, look, so a lot of these companies, that I think they do know real estate agents enough to know that that's not their favorite thing. So then they sell them on a dream. They sell them on a false reality to get them to pick up the credit card and swipe. Unfortunately, real estate agents normally, like, if you're doing pretty well, you have money. And chances are you want to delegate some tasks. And a lot of these, new chair going down. A lot of these tests, a lot of these marketers, they know that. So they're like, never pick up the phone again. Like, don't email, just do these couple videos. And they give you a custom video. And it's the same video across the nation with your picture at the end. And, they pay a lot of money for it just because they know the agent's problems. But instead of solving it, they sell them a shiny object that just alludes to success, when in reality, it's really doesn't do you any business. And then you think, oh, marketing and video sucks. That's what it comes, but it does.
Yeah, absolutely. I know when I mentor agents and they always tell me, oh, I got all of these leads and these leads just suck. And I'm like, okay, but how are you converting those leads?
Yes.
You know, are you talking to them? I mean, hello, you have to actually have a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, God give us a voice, use it.
Use it. Use it. I know he gave us 2 ears, but he also gave us a mouth. Yeah.
I have a big one of those. So
yeah. Well, you know, and I think that's where also the narrative behind video is wrong. Most people say video is replacing things, and that is the most farthest thing from the truth. Video is a multiplier. So if you multiply something by 0, you still get 0. I don't care how much video you do. If you don't pick up the phone, if you don't email, if you don't do those things, you still get 0 in your business. On the flip side, if you do all those things and don't do video, you still get 0. It's a multiplier. So like instead of changing the narrative of like videos taking over, it's growing what you already do, and it's a multiplier to your business.
Absolutely. Now I know that you help, you know, you're helping over 8,000 agents with, you know, building and growing their business by using and utilizing video. And I pop into this group on Facebook every so often with you. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Which one you want to know? The Real Estate Content Group?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So every Wednesday. So what we do is, look, as a company, again, I don't want to get paid for just helping people get started necessarily. We'll give you the tools, like someone just like you who's doing videos, doing interviews. Great. Let's get you the interview format. Let's get you all these great tools. But the Real Estate Content Group is formed on the basis of, I want to help you guys at no cost get started, because I know if you don't get started, I'm not really helping anybody. And I'm not here to hold your hand and pay me for you to maybe use video. Once you start using it, I'll show you how to multiply the crap out of it and be able to repurpose it, be able to utilize it in other places. The Real Estate Content Group was solely formed to help agents get started. And even if you are started and you want to do more, every single week we cover a new topic, exactly what video to shoot, what to say, what to do. And on top of that too, we answer any questions. And look, I've been solely focused on this last 6 years now. I know some people are like, I've been in the business 20 years. That's great. But I'll tell you what, for the last 6 years, I focused on nothing else in this entire industry besides video and branding. And I've been on the back end with some of the biggest people. So when it comes down to the highest leverage person to the person using the most video, down to the person just beginning, I have experience all across the board. And that's why we're there to help answer questions. I would say you could either spend 5 hours, 5 weeks, 5 months answering a question. You can show up and we can answer it in 5 minutes.
Absolutely. What's the number one tip that you would give an agent that's not doing video?
So I would start thinking about video differently. So there's a couple different ways I think about video. The first is I think about, 10 years from now, right? I think in the future. I like thinking future tense. Our big goal is me plus 3, but we won't get into that right now. But with video, we might come back to it. We might circle back. But with video, I think about like 10 years from now. If you don't do video, you can do good enough business. I'm not saying that you'll be completely out of business. I will say you might be bagging groceries, but you'll be doing business. But no, so you'll be doing business, but you won't be doing that great. You'll do well enough to take care of yourself. And then let's think 10 years from now. I think about my family member coming up to me and asking for medical bills, medical help. Like, hey, I'm going through some tough times. And I say, hey, I'm sorry. I was too afraid to get in front of the camera. And I think of some little kid that's out there that could have been helped by me because I could have donated and gave back. And I got to go up to this little kid and say, hey, I'm sorry. I'm too afraid to get in front of the camera. And I know some people might think that that's a little extreme, right? Like, all right, it's a little extreme. But here's what I'll tell you. Right now, there are children all across the world and certain parts of the world, too, that are getting saved from child trafficking just because I got my ass on the camera. These women came up to me and said, hey, we're about to give up on this, but we just feel like you're the right person to bring this to. And since then, we went over there and we shot a documentary over in Thailand. We shot a documentary. We're now saving kids, saving housing, feeding, schooling kids, just because my butt wasn't afraid to get on the camera. Well, it was afraid. But I'll tell you what, can your business do pretty good without video? Yeah, just enough to take care of yourself. If not, maybe a small handful of people. With video, your business will multiply. And now I might be afraid to get in front of the camera, but I am terrified of apologizing to loved ones in the future. I am terrified of apologizing to a little girl I could have saved, but I was just too bored, lazy, scared to get in front of the camera. I know it might sound extreme, but it's the absolute truth. Your business will blow up with video. You'll be able to help more people. There are people out there right now that could be using your help. And here's one thing I would tell them to do. Follow a nonprofit, a charity, a specific place that you're going to give back to when your business blows up with video. Because it will. It's not even an argument. It will blow up if you do more video. And follow them and watch them on your social media feed. I promise you, it's weird how it happens. The days that you don't feel like doing it, the days are that's going to pop up on your feed. And you're like, crap, I could be helping some more people right now. And I get my butt on camera.
Now you talk about charities, and I know that you have one that's extremely important. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it's Agents Against Child Trafficking, because I believe real estate agents have one of the biggest hands in the community, have one of the biggest hearts that there are in the world, because be able to go out there and help people with their biggest financial dream and take some of the, let's face it, verbal abuse sometimes in the industry and still go out there and help people, you have to have a big heart. So we started Agents Against Child Trafficking, where we don't only just save the kids, we house them, feed them, school them, and continue to build more in order to build communities. And it's amazing. Some of the kids that were saved are now actually old enough to start saving other children. It's starting a movement. So what we do, it's Agents Act, and it's for as little as $20 a month. If you guys go to agentsact.com, I promise that's the only thing I'll tell you guys to go to today. Agentsact.com. Go there. You can learn how to become an ambassador and how we can bring Agents Act to your community as well.
That's awesome. And I'll make sure that link gets dropped here, because I think that's something that we need to definitely take into consideration, that we can always do more.
Awesome. And if you do, just go to nickkrem.com, like there, all the way at the bottom, you'll see Agents Act. Right on.
Yep. So I know that you've got a hefty schedule today. So
Whew. Oh, no. We're not cutting it short. We're not cutting it short, Tamra. I got time.
Good deal. Well, I know that you're like short on time. So
No. Never for you, Tamra. I got time.
Well, I was really excited to get on here today because, it's episode 1 of the Real Estate Power Chat. And, I'm fortunate enough that your team built all of my branding and everything for me. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to be connected to you. And I know that you are all for this collaboration.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about collaboration and how that works, and how that's helped the relationship that I have with you.
Yeah. I think collaboration, early on, we I'm not going to name companies, but I've only been on one other place, so it doesn't help. But, let's say the place I was at, not even just the place, I would say a majority of people in the industry and a lot of these marketing companies and all these branding companies, they care about one thing: if you can swipe the card. That's all they care about. Yeah. And for me, I know what we're doing is so freaking powerful. What we can help an agent do is so powerful. I can make a terrible agent look great. I can very easily. It won't even be that hard, because I'm just telling you, we're great at what we do. We can make a bad agent look great. But I know it's my duty and responsibility to help the right agents look great, to help some of the agents that struggle with video but are the true experts look great. Because at the end of the day, I have a duty and obligation to the end user, which is the homeowner. Me helping a bad agent look great, you know how many homeowners are going to be hurt? You know how many marriages might fall apart because of a terrible experience, and all of a sudden, that stuff is real, right? Yeah. So how many people's families, their loved ones, will be hurt because I helped a bad agent look great? I refuse to do that. I only want to work with the best agents. I want to work with, it's not even the best agents, the agents who are in the right place, who have the right core values, that are out there truly helping homeowners. I don't care. There's a guy who's 75 years old right now that was in the Vietnam War that we're helping right now on video. Now he's on video. Now he's doing these things. Why? Because we want to make it simple and easy enough for my grandma to do it. That's my main goal. That's a lot of my training. I sent her some, but way back when we were getting started, I sent her some of the training. It's could you do this? And she said, no. I'm like, okay, what else can I do to make it easier, make it simpler? So for me, it's, I'm out here to help the right agents. And what was your question? I don't remember your question. What was your question?
It's all about collaboration.
Collaboration. Yeah. So it's collaborating with the right agents to help them and be their support on this side. I know a lot of times people aren't truly their support. They walk into events and they leave more confused than when they walked in. That's not collaboration. That's more so, hey, F you, what was it? F you pay me. Wasn't that like a documentary, like a Google doc? F you pay me is how some of these marketers and video people act. Oh, you didn't get the training here. Just buy this more. Oh, you didn't get that. All right. Now you got to pay another $5,000 just to figure this out. And it's dude, I've been around that ring around and it's not fun. And I'm dude, I'm 27. If I can't go through your damn training, nobody can. Like
Yeah.
I do this. And some of this training, I'm like, dude, I'm confused. I'm calling a helpline. I don't get anything. Then I got an email and I get a response a week later. I'm like, I'm already moved on.
Yeah.
So for me, we have real people in our seats. We have people that are here to help, and we want to collaborate with agents to help them get over the next hump. But I think that word collaborate is really important because people have to meet us halfway.
Absolutely.
People have to meet us halfway. I can't do a video for you. I can't just post a video and put your picture at the end. I refuse to do that. Why? Because it doesn't actually do you any good. I refuse to take money for that because it won't actually help them or their business.
Well, and I've noticed, agents are always, if I do video, then I've got to do all of this editing. And so they put it off and they put it off and they put it off because they don't have those skills.
Yeah.
And you go out there and you're like, just hit play, or hit record and go.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's great tools like this StreamYard right here, which have your branding on the screen. You're able to shoot that intro video while you're live. And then on top of that too, I think people, again, look at content the wrong way. They think of one and done, and that's video. Content is a vault. There is gold in content that can be continued to be mined over and over and over again, that can be used in your drip campaigns to make it personalized, that we could take this video in the future and break it up into reels. Reels of just Tamra, just what's going on. My guys are going to be able to go in here and break my part up into reels and be able to make reels out of me on somebody else's show. So it's understanding what content is truly an asset, and it only depreciates if you don't use it. The only depreciating content is the ones that are market specific to what's happening right now. If you're talking about the real estate process, if you're talking about growing, branding, how to run a team, manage a team, grow a team, all of that is appreciating content, because if anything, it's getting more scarce of how many experts there truly are. So if you believe that you're truly an expert, you need to get your ass on camera and start creating some content and some assets.
Absolutely. Now, I know you have one rule about recording your videos.
Yes. It's a golden rule.
Let's tell them what that one rule is.
Yeah. Never, ever, ever, ever watch your video after you shoot it. Whether it's live like this, whether it's a video message, whether it's after you go like shoot another video, do not watch it. If you watch it, you're going to pick it apart. Chances are here's the thing, guys. The imperfection is the connection. Those things that you want to edit out are the exact reason someone's going to want to work with you. The moment you can let go of your ego, which is all it is your ego telling you, I got to be perfect. I got to do this. I got to be this professional. Why are you? There is not an agent out there that is 100% just like this when I'm meeting you. Hi, Tamra, good to meet you. Like you don't do that. You don't do that when you meet them. So why the hell are you going to do that on video?
Yeah,
show
absolutely.
up how you show out.
Yeah, I learned that. I was like, I quit push and play. Now it's like I just hold up my phone and it's like, okay, I am human, so send.
Yeah. And it's like I really realized this. I think it was Brad Pitt. I think it was him. It was one of those good looking dudes in freaking Hollywood. One of the guys that's on screen. You don't even think he's freaking real. You're like, all right, that's CGI or something. But there's a quote that he always wears like glasses and watches his movie or some crazy thing like that, like the first one that comes out, and he always picks it apart, his entire role. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. So this guy has a makeup crew, a lighting crew, a clothing crew, took that same take 25 times, and he still picks it apart. I got no chance. So why am I going to sit here and beat myself up if some of the highest paid people who do this professionally have 50 takes, camera crew, light up crew, everything, and they still pick it apart? I'm like, I'm just going to stop watching it. Simple solution.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've actually watched interviews with celebrities, and they're like, I hate to see myself on camera.
Yes. Everybody does.
And they're out there making millions of dollars making films, and they still hate themselves on camera. So,
yeah.
It's right. Like, what the hell? Just push, record and go.
Yeah, absolutely. I
mean, because if I overthink it, which I'm sure everyone out there does, they overthink the process, and then I won't do it if I overthink it. So it's in the moment. I'm like, all right, this is what I'm going to say. Hit record.
Absolutely. And that's where it's just, I would say that's important when I do video is I do have a guideline. I don't have scripts. Personally, I don't like scripts because I mess up a script and I start bumbling and just like I get in my head too much. I know some people have those teleprompter apps and they're like, I can't do video without it. Great, then go do it. That's your belief, and I don't believe that way. I usually just have a blank, like I don't really use them anymore. But I'm literally just, I got like 3 talking points. Yep, there you go. I have like 3 talking points, maybe a couple questions, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I like conversations to flow.
Right.
And so even when I'm doing video, something like this, I just want it to flow. So I'll take it from one subject to the next.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a robot on camera. And
Yeah,
so I don't do scripts either.
And it's like going to the gym, right? And you see someone putting up like 300 pounds benching, and you're like, okay, I believe I can do that too. It doesn't matter what you believe you can do. Your ability is different. Not everybody has the same abilities when it comes to camera. So you might have to do things slightly different, especially starting out and working your way up. Don't expect to come in and be a freaking pro at it just because you're a pro real estate agent. It's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different type of skill to have. Maybe you don't have a higher skill as other people. Great. Then leverage interviews and leverage a set of questions. Might not be as personal, but guess what? It's better than not doing any video at all.
Absolutely. Now, if you was going to recommend, social media and video, what would you tell an agent where they should start? Which platform should they go on?
Whichever one they're going to use consistently. There's no one magic platform. Someone's like TikTok now, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, those people just used it more than you. That's it. Right. It's not that they found out. A lot of times it's not even a magic secret. It's they used it more than you do. Whichever one you're going to choose to do, use that one 10 times, just 10 times more than anybody else. I always say it's domination. If you're looking to compete, you're already lost. You've already lost. Just look to go out there and dominate.
Now, do you have a preference of record over live?
That's a great question. So like reels, you can't do a reel live. Right. So like we started like recording reels, and we'll sit down in one day and we'll record like 20 of them just to have them be able to push them out. Live. I love live. If it's not a reel, I'm going live, period. Unless it's a reel, I'm going live. That's it, period. Because to me, it's, if I have an idea, I'm not going to wait to shoot it or wait to post it. The more I wait, the more probability of hitting that play button. Right. And I'm just gonna peek. Let me see what I said. Play it like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't post that. No, I'm not gonna do it. So I go live any chance that I get, and I believe that's the best way to do it.
Well, I know I've been working with you for a little while now, and now I have it in my calendar is my action steps, and I do them for an hour a day every day. And part of those action steps is I have to get my ass on camera.
Yep.
It just doesn't matter, and get out there. But I've now decided I have to have a strategy. What do you say about strategy?
I love it. So you're doing the right steps in the right order, by the way. Getting your butt on camera, like you said, is step 1. Don't start coming up with elaborate strategy that you won't stick to because you can't even get on camera yet. Because when you start doing that, then you start counting losses. Like I had this strategy. Now I didn't get on camera. Now I'm behind. Now I got to start over. Now I got to do. Don't do that. Step 1 is striving for rhythm. Get in a rhythm. Don't get in a set calendar. Like if you have a set calendar, you can stick to it. Great. But I stay in rhythm above all else. Strategy wise, well, it depends what you want to do here, Tamra. Like what's the direction you want to go? What's your target audience? Who do you want to go after? I know who you want to go after, but
well, speaking to other realtors, let's they're doing homeowners, and they're looking for buyers, whichever their niche is or niche, however they say it. But what would you say as far as a strategy? Where should they start there?
Oh, looking for homeowners or buyers. Oh, the best strategy you can do is literally go step by step in the buying and selling process. Every person that's involved, you get on and you interview them, and you go over what can people expect, what are the best things that people can do, and what are things that they shouldn't do. With every person in the home buying and selling process, title, survey, inspector, loan officer, everybody in the process, interview them, get the do's, get the don'ts, get what people should do, what to expect, and then put that in a YouTube playlist. And then you'll have buying a home, selling a home. And then you can even get in more detail, refinancing, all these things. And then you have separate playlists, and you tell people, if you want to make sure you get into your dream home, which is the biggest investment you'll make, watch these 2-minute videos, these 5-10-minute videos. And I'm not giving you a time frame. I hate people who say your video has to be this long. Don't listen to them. 5-10-minute videos. And then you just tell them, watch every minute. The smallest miss could result in you not getting your dream home. And they'll watch that entire playlist. And then when they watch an entire playlist and watch every minute of a 5-minute video, YouTube's going to say, wow, people love this video. And look, guys, those are content pieces you can use for the rest of your career, unless the real estate process changes, right?
Yeah.
Those are videos you can use the rest of your career. And every time someone's buying a home, great. You send them a playlist. Every time they're selling a home, great. And guess who they listen to? You.
Yeah. Well, and you have the millennials now where they go online. Everybody can go online to find an answer for anything.
Yep.
You know,
and who are they going to find?
Even you've got people that are, searching up Google to figure out if they got the cold or the gumbo, whatever, everybody goes online.
They go to Google for everything. They go to YouTube for everything.
Yes.
Go to YouTube for everything.
Oh, I have teenagers in my house, and YouTube is like the number one search tool in my house because it doesn't matter if they're gaming, makeup, whatever.
Literally.
So
buying
why
a
not
home,
add real estate
YouTube.
in there and get on, little video. What's 5 minutes in your day? Yeah.
And I think that's where also coming up with the strategy is important, but it's also understanding where the buying decisions and journey now lies. With before 2020, my uncle, this was an interesting stat. That's why I always look at one of my mentors always says disruptors come from outside the industry. And I looked at those as a very disruptive stat that most people wouldn't apply in real estate. So he's like the manager of like a FedEx in like Northeast Ohio, or like he runs a lot of those. And he says during 2020, they were doing the numbers they projected in 2025. So what that means is, number one, FedEx's numbers, the people that run those are usually pretty freaking accurate. And that's what I was asking him too. They pay a lot of money so that they can say how many people are we hiring, how many machines and everything. Like their numbers are very accurate. So because of 2020, they're doing the projected numbers of 2025. So how does that apply to real estate? Because people are making more buying decisions online. People got more comfortable making big purchases and buying decisions online. So we'd be naive to think that doesn't apply to real estate. People are more prone to making a decision on their realtor, who they're going to use online because of what just happened. We have people older than me. Well, that's not, I guess not saying too. We have people like my grandma's age that know how to order off Amazon and do all these things now because of COVID. People are comfortable with making big decisions online, and we'd be naive to think that that's not already in real estate.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Well, I think that really changed real estate and how, I know that everybody kind of looks at it as a downfall of COVID, when actually I think, you know what? It empowered us to be able to do new and different things. Yeah.
It advanced the industry. Some people just didn't like it. So they're saying, I didn't like it. It advanced the industry years. It advanced it because people didn't have a choice. We all knew video and going online and doing contracts online, not even having everybody in the room, was the future. But some people just refused to do it that way. Well, now after COVID, we're like, wait a minute. This works a lot better. So all of you guys who refused to do it before, we know how you know how to do it now because we just did that. So we're not going back. Why would, like, when business advances, it doesn't go back. Business doesn't take steps back. At least the industry doesn't. People might try to, but the industry saw a better way, and we're doing it now.
Well, because people were, in the real estate industry, agents were being taught to do listing presentations and buyer consults via Zoom, or you're having a meeting like this.
Absolutely. And we were even doing an open houses via this video, which will show you what was going on there too, Tamra. Doing virtual open houses.
I'm really excited about that. Now I know we have an event that will be coming up, not this week, but next. And that's, one of the things that you're always doing for agents is you're throwing big, powerful events. Yeah.
So it's another virtual event. This individual for the last, I think he said 15 years. It's 10 to 15 years, has had 95% market share around his lake, around the lake in his community, and 75% market share in the entire community for the last 15 years. 15 years. Those are the lowest numbers that he's had. There were times there was like 100% for like a couple years straight. He calls it guerrilla marketing. My man, Andrew Gatos, calls it guerrilla marketing. You know, he's the neighborhood mayor, and he's going to show you guys how he literally, someone puts one sign down, he puts 10 around. That was a little joke he said at the mastermind, but he's got some little tricks up his sleeve that literally help him dominate. And I'm saying dominate a certain market area. And he said when he came in there were a couple agents who had those, like, not those kind of numbers, a couple agents sharing those top numbers. He said, nope, this is my territory. This is my area. So he's going to show you guys how he did that.
I'm excited. But then again, I'm excited for the events that you put on, because you always provide so much value.
Yeah. Thank you.
For free.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You know,
I mean, you give so much back to the agents in real estate. And so, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, agents, should be using Nick Krem.
Well, thank you for that. And, that's where it's just a belief that at the end of the day, if we help homeowners, we're winning. And I don't think knowledge and the people seeking it, that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're brand new or if you've been in the business 20 years. The people we're bringing on this show, some have sold 535 homes in a year. This guy has 95% market share around the lake community. And you might say you've done business longer, maybe not than Gatos and Jay, but like the thing is, a learner mindset is one of the most rare things that I've noticed. Staying in a learner mindset, people like you are always just like, look, I'm trying to get better. Why? Because it's not my ego that's in this. The only reason that you wouldn't be showing up to these events if your ego's too big. I'm sorry to say it, but if your ego's too big, like, I don't need to learn. Well, you don't need to learn. So you'd rather learn and hurt homeowners than learn from somebody else and then help homeowners. Because the only other way that you can learn is by experience and messing up.
Yeah. Well, I always show up as not the smartest person in the room. I want to be the dumbest person in the room so I can be the sponge and absorb it all.
Well, I wouldn't say you're on that tier of it there, Tamra. But I'll tell you what, the people that we're bringing in, it's no downside for me to say I'm not the smartest person in the room. That's why I do these, because I know if I want to talk about video, I'm going to put my butt in that chair. But anything else, I'm going to keep bringing on these great experts that I've had the pleasure of knowing and getting to learn from. And just bringing them on the show or bringing them on the virtual masterminds and saying, hey, tell us what you got.
Yeah. Well, and I love it. And I really appreciate all that you do for us. And I appreciate you and your company and all that you put out there for agents to learn. And you don't always, put a number on that. So, thank you. And I appreciate it. Now, I know that we're coming down on time here, but what is the one thing that you can give our audience before, I let you go?
I think it'd be this. Your real competition on social media. Do you know this one, Tamra? Do you remember this? I don't know if I covered this.
You could have.
Yeah. So your real competition on social media, because guys, people go to social media because they're lazy and bored. That is why they're on this right now, because you're lazy and bored.
Or they're avoiding making phone calls.
Avoiding making phone calls. Yep, exactly. So guys, your real competition on social media is not other real estate agents. It's booties and babies. You are competing against Kim Kardashian posting her you-know-what over Instagram. That's where attention's going. You are competing against somebody who just had a baby on Facebook. That's where attention's going. So when you think that you're competing against a real estate agent, no. It's 10 times harder than that. You're competing against those kind of individuals. So, here's what you guys should do. You ready? Google the top 10 most interesting places in your city and go and shoot your videos there. People already said they're interesting. And if you're worried about what you look like or what you sound like, they're looking at the background. They're not even looking at you. But you will instantly do one of the hardest things it is to do on social media, which is grab people's attention when you go to those places and shoot your videos there.
Right on. So go Google your city and say that again.
Google the top 10 most interesting places in your city. Do that and just go shoot your videos there.
Right on. I remember doing that task because that was right after I joined the content group.
I think it was like the first one. Yeah.
It was. It was. And I ended up doing it at a ski resort.
So let me ask Tamra, are ski resorts open during the summer near you?
They are. They do like, mountain biking and hiking and.
Oh, so not like, is there any, I was looking up places to snowboard during the summer. I don't know where they are.
Yeah, we may have a little snow, but not enough for skiing.
Right. All right. I'll keep looking.
There's a state out there for you, Nick.
There's a state out. There's a place. I'll go to Alaska. Screw it. I know they'll let me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely.
And, I love my branding, and we got another one coming up. I've got another branding show to talk about this week as well. So it's all about branding this week.
It's all about branding. I love it. Hey, I love the intro. I love what you got going on here, Tamra. I can't wait to tune into episode 2 and everything else you got going on. I know I'm speaking for the industry when I say thank you, and I can't wait for the next one.
All right. Thanks again, Nick. And all right, everyone, don't forget, check into me next time.
Yeah.
Have a good one.